Moving on to the second section of chapter 3. Now what we're going to look at here is journalizing, buying insurance, buying on account, and paying on account. So how exactly would we journalize those particular entries in a journal? The first one, we paid cash for insurance in this example, and keep in mind that most of these transactions can be found in the book as well. So if I don't explain it well enough, or if the way I word it isn't exactly the right way for you to understand it, you can always open up the book and go to these sections in the chapter, because these come straight out of the book, and see if maybe the text is a little bit more helpful for you. But anyway, on August 4th, we paid cash for insurance for $1,200, check number 2, our source document. So we got our journal, and the first thing, as usual, make sure you understand which two accounts are affected. We end up with cash and prepaid insurance as the two affected accounts. So the first thing we need to do is write the date in the date column. So we do that for August 4th, and keep in mind we don't have to put the August, because we know, since we've already posted previous journal entries, that we're in August. The second one is we record the debit amount in the general debit column, and then write the title of the account in the account title column, because the first thing we want to do is put down the debit one, and we do that with prepaid insurance in the account title, and then the general debit of $1,200. And then, of course, the third step is we want to write the credit amount in the cash credit column, because cash is going down, and then the amount of the prepaid insurance, which is the asset, goes up. So cash goes down by $1,200. And the fourth one, we want to write the source document number, and if you've been paying close attention, we know that that's C2 for check number 2. The next transaction is we bought supplies on account. So on August 7th, we bought supplies on account from Supply Depot for $500, and we found that out through memorandum number 1, or the first memo. So we take a look at our general and the first two accounts that are affected, supplies and accounts payable to Supply Depot. So what we want to do is we want to write the date in the date column. First thing I want you to notice about this, though, is notice how cash is not affected based off this transaction, since we bought on account. So we write the date in the date column. The second thing is we record the debit amount in the general debit column, and then we write the title of the account in the account title column. So supplies is the one that's going up, that's going to be debited in this situation. For every debit, we must have a credit. So for the third step, we record the credit amount in the next line in the general credit column, and we write the title of the account in the account title column. So we take a look, and we have that. Accounts payable to Supply Depot, and then we credit it for $500. Still equaling out for our debits and credits. Then we write the source document number in the document number column, and that comes out to be M1 for memorandum number 1. Moving on to the next transaction, where we paid cash on account. On August 11th, we paid cash on account to Supply Depot for $300, check number 3. So the way we want to record this one, and notice how in this one we are paying cash, so we owed Supply Depot, and now we don't owe them as much anymore. Our two T accounts are as follows. We have accounts payable to Supply Depot, $300 on the left side, that's our debit, and cash has a $300 credit because that's going down. So we write the date in the date column. So we have the 11 that we put there. Step 2, we record the debit amount in the general debit column. We write the title of the account title in the account title column. So accounts payable to Supply Depot is going to be a debit because it's a liability account, which means its normal balance is actually a credit. However, we want to debit this because we want to take that number and bring it down, because we don't owe as much money anymore. The next one is we write the credit amount in the cash credit column. So then we put it over here on cash credit for step 3, a credit $300, because cash is also going down by $300. Now we want to write the source document number in the document number column. And this one's going to come out, as you took a look in here, check number 3, so C3 goes in the document numbers column. And that's it for this section of 3-2. Make sure you get your notes done. Be sure you're paying close attention to these, and have these in your notebook. That way you can easily reference each type of transaction that happens, and you can continually go back to them.